Hi, so this week, as we did holly last week, we're going to look at foliage again for when you're doing your own drawings, and we're going to look at doing a mistletoe. So, here's one that I printed off, an image that I printed off. You can see it's quite a thick image, it took a lifetime to draw this. So, I'm going to simplify it. I'm going to look at drawing something more, something a bit easier to draw, something less complex. But as you can see on this, the foliage goes down, whereas the holly before went up. So where do we start? Let's get an eraser. Got a B pencil, got a 3H, got a 3B. We don't need to go too dark with this because there's no sort of like real depth in the shadows. If you start with your stem, and you'll find it a bit tricky because, like I said, everything goes downwards with the mistletoe because, you know, it's all that Christmas thing where you're kissing under the mistletoe, so it gets tied up high, doesn't it, over doorways and so forth. So I've put my stem there, and then from this stem, this is where all your foliage starts. And the shape of the leaf, it's like an elongated tear. Put that first one in. Once you've got that one in, and you need these to overlap as you're going down. Put that one in there. You want the symmetry, you want it sort of like be easy on the eye. Put another one here, and then the tricky part is when you get the white berries on. Remember to always draw lightly, you should know this by now. Never put too much pressure on your pencil. Never use a high number in HB, that's for your shading. And in any refinement, use your H pencil. So on top of there, then place the white berries. And the same with the holly, the berry still has like a centre, not as much a star, just as a little point. And this part is where you would then overlap. And you keep going downwards with these. It's quite a long one there. So that one here, this is where we could have our small, the white berries. As you can see there, you can see pencil under these berries. We've just removed that, and because I've only used a B pencil, it'll be quite easy to take out. So we've got some nice few weeks with these Christmas drawings, bringing some festive cheer to us all. And there'll be gaps as well, so it won't all be like you think about hanging a bunch of bananas out, they're really, really tight. It's not the same when you're looking at mistletoe. There will be gaps, natural gaps. I'm sure you can see that. I'm just going to put some more pressure on this so you can actually see a little bit better. Now I've got those in place. And then once I've applied the pressure, I've got darker tones on there, I will build up on it. Darker tones there, emphasising the berries, the dots in there, and the same on this side. And you could, because you did your holly last week, you could even reverse this and have it the other way, and you could actually, because you looked at vessels before, a vase, you could actually do your own foliage within your vase if you like, of holly and mistletoe. I'm darkening this down. And then you will have a line running through the centre, which curves, naturally curves down to where it falls. So I'm going to add some more leaves into this and create it, make it more fuller, and then we're going to look at the shading techniques again. Okay, see you soon. So as you can see, I've added some more foliage onto our mistletoe. I brought the camera down a little bit closer to the drawing so you can actually see better. What we're going to do now is we're going to look at the stems, the smaller stems, not the large one. Excuse me, got a tickle. And then wherever you see the one stem there, we're just going to double that up. See? Done it on here. And there. I'm just going to erase that sort of darker part out there. It's a bit hard to get in there. I'm just going to swap this as well for a sharper pencil. That's 3H there. And I think there's one there. Here. And then we can darken our foliage. If we start with this one, that's the larger one, just so you can emphasise it. All I'm going to do is bring some mark making in from the side to create texture on the leaf. It's more of a smooth texture, but you can see the, where the natural line will be running through the leaf. A bit of mark making there. Shading pencil in, and then over that lines, a bit of tone in here. Bless me. Excuse me. I'm just going to carry on with this in a bit, just why, let's get a drink, one moment. Sorry about that. Right, so I'm carrying on here. All I'm doing now is I'm just bringing some shading into these leaves. So you'll naturally get light and dark green shades. It'll be darker onto where the berry area is. I'm going to carry on continuing this process with the other leaves. So again, natural shading. I'll go the other way around this one. We'll put the shading on, and then we're going to some lines in there. Again, emphasise some darker areas in there. And slowly, maybe have that as a light source on that side. You'll see the leaves start to take shape. This image of the mistletoe. I love the sound of a scratching pencil. Bit by bit, you'll see it start to take shape. If you can look, I'm using the side of the pencil. And then the next part, I'm going to carry on shading, and I'm going to use a blending stub. Do one more. In fact, I'm just shading my pencil over, back to the shading. And these now, I'm just doing it a little bit more whispery. And a gentle shading on these side ones. Something like this will probably take you a few hours to do. I'm going to carry on, obviously I'm not going to wait you to sit through doing exactly the same thing on each leaf. I'm going to work through that. And eventually, I'll have a beautiful composition of a bunch of mistletoe. See you in a bit. So I've been working on this for another 40 minutes or so, and now we're coming to the end of the drawing, and you can see this area I've worked on, so I'm just going to show you the shading pencil. So again, all it is just taking your time on the shading techniques, bringing those dark tones in. The same again. Keep gradually building it up. And that's how it'll form a nice sketch. Got very quiet, and I just realised how quiet I've got. Quite enjoying this sketching then. Really relaxing. The sound of the pencil. As you can see, this is really coming to life now. Last bit on this side. And there we go. Our last piece, our last leaf. And you have your lovely mistletoe. I hope you've enjoyed it. Probably even work on this a little bit longer maybe. See you soon. Thanks for joining. Bye now.